Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, so today we are gonna carry on with this is another 333 that we got in, right? And we're gonna be carrying on with this build here. So it's an Aero Silver 333. Look, the car's parked in a crappy area. There's still a lot of work to be done on it. But the car was painted about 2 years ago. And then it came through to us. Mountain box is on the jig. And we started with a strip down. So okay, let me go into the car quickly. So we're still trying to figure out what the color combo is with regards to the interior. We've been busy on the car with the suspension, and I'll show you that now. We've been busy for a while on the car, and we actually started on January full on with it. So the first thing that we went through basically is the wiring on the vehicle, right? So we've stripped the harness out completely. And you'll see the fuse box is still laying. Yeah, the fuse box is still laying loose. But we've basically gone through the harness completely and laid everything down. We've tested it on the floor. We bench tested it. We've repaired everything that had to be repaired on this harness on the floor. There's only two plugs short. One is of the water bottle and the other one is the brake fluid bottle plugs that we've got to get back on there. So we're looking for original plugs basically to repair onto the harness. This is your ABS sensors here that'll lock in, so this will still get cleaned out. Still busy on the car. The firewall pads are going to come off. We're going to clean them up. The heat shield by the steering knuckle area, that is still in good nick. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that off, clean that out. The engine bay is actually nice and cleaned up. The headlights were taken out. We've stripped that. We've plated that. We've taken out and I think I done a video on it, the wiper motor mechanisms. We've cleaned that out. We've actually powder coated and electroplated that. I can't remember, but I think there is a video out for that. And then obviously we're just going to come into the grooves here and clean everywhere up before we reinstall that. Then we've got all the brake pipes and fuel pipes, clutch pipes are still going to get done. So these guys will come out when we do the mat, and we'll have new pipes made up, put them back into place, and then clean up all these clips and get them into the correct places. We'll get to the grommets as well. You can see the mast of the one ABS grommet and the brake pipe grommet. We'll clean that up nicely and get that on. And then we still got to do the locks for the bonnet hinge lock. We've got to get that done, put that back in, put the front on. Radiators will come in later. As you guys do know that the 333 has got an Alpina radiator, and that is different. So quickly, this is how the wiring harness of the vehicle looks. Look, it's a very informal build, but you'll actually see the video clips later of us rebuilding the airbox. Oh no, sorry, not airbox, the heater box. And then we'll get it resealed properly. The pedal assembly is redone, and I think I actually done a video of that a while back. I done 3 pedal assemblies. So before we put it on, I'll just take a video of it and show you guys how that is done. And the brake master pedal, the master cylinder assembly, so the bracket that sits underneath the dashboard on that side there, that is also done. Then obviously it's now basically the wiring is through, but just get the correct grommets in its place so we don't have any heat and air and noise coming through those holes. But that's basically there. You'll see the ABS plug is still here. ABS plug is still here. The cluster, we've just used the general cluster for now to test, just to make sure that sensors we're able to talk to everything else. And then what you're going to also see is that we were able to get, well, this car actually came with the original matting, right? And it's actually in very good nick, which is going to help us a crap load with the build. So you'll see from behind the dash, normally you'll find those guys all perished, and these ones on the floor, these are still in good nick. We've got the correct material here behind the seat, but we still want to sound deaden a little bit more. And then we've got the material that sits behind the carpet on the tunnel area, or the seat tunnel area. We'd like to get that in. And then we started with the sound deadening, so we ended there. I'm just waiting for more mat to come, but we'd like to deaden up further. But as you can see in the doors are deadened nicely, so you'll actually hear, and you'll see that the mechanisms and windows are out, but you'll actually hear that there's one rattle coming from the doors somewhere. I think it's from the mirror. We'll get that tackled. But this is dead nicely. It is nice and stuff. It makes a difference, so we're not going to overkill it as well, because you guys know that sound deadening is heavy. So anyway, later in the video you guys will see why the window mechanisms are out, why the windows are still out, and we're still going to take out the back windows so we can give them a nice polish before they put back in, and then hopefully the chrome work on the car we're still going to get to. But I'm going to pull the car out in the next week or so, and then I'll do a proper video on the car so we can see what type of a body we're working with. But it's actually quite nice and original. So in the clips coming ahead, you'll actually see us go through the window mechanisms. And what we've done was, this is now, we call it the wire type or the S type mechanism, as to the plastic bumpers, or even the early, the plastic bumpers. The late plastic bumper actually came with the scissor type. So what we were able to do here, sorry, let's move this mic cable over here. So what we were able to do here, right, is we were able to, and you'll see it in the video, we were able to basically strip this guy right through, get the gears out, make sure that the gears are not stripped. So it's only got one main gear and one motor gear. Pull those gears out, make sure they're not stripped, clean them up properly, and re-grease them with the correct grease. So you can't just use any grease on them. There's another type of grease to use on them, which is a much softer grease. It's a longer lasting grease. But then we also found that in the rails, these were full of dust. So we actually spent, and it's dust and grime over years. So you'll find that builds up almost like a muck, almost like a mud type, and it makes your, it actually puts a lot of, firstly it puts a lot of strain on the rail itself, and then obviously onto the motor. So you'll find why they're going up and down slow, and then it starts putting pressure on the rollers, which in this case is still in good nick. And we had that cleaned up, and you'll actually hear now that when you do give it power and you do test it, it's actually a much smoother flow up and down. So you can just picture that on the car. You'll still get that nice smooth run on the mechanisms. So basically gone right through them, and we haven't put them in as yet. I'll take you to the other side now and I'll show you where the door handles and everything is and why we're busy with that. Here's the heater box, and you'll see in the video that the heater box gets taken down completely and rebuilt. So this guy's original heater box had, I don't know what the guys, I think in its lifetime the radiator most likely started leaking. So there was a whole modification here, and I'll look for the old heater box. There was a whole modification, and it looks like they used the E36 heater or some other car's heater and slid it into here and then tried to close up. So what we've done was, instead of trying to repair that and look for parts, we've rather taken another heater box, which was in fairly good nick, and we've taken it apart, as you can see in the video, gone through everything, repaired the harness wherever it needed to be repaired. What I would just like to do more is get the plugs cleaned up. So even though you guys don't see this here, it's crucial that we do that, because we're able to seal it up in certain places where you will find that once you're in the car, it actually does make a difference of us building up, as to us just assuming it's fine and sorting it out. So this is the only thing that I think we want to change, but you can see everything was electroplated, clipped on, put back into its place. This is now from the engine side of things, so maybe we can still give it a further clean up here, but I'd really like to change these pipes. Heater box is done, sealed up nicely. So you've got gaskets at the back here, you've got gaskets here. This is coming into your dashboard side, into the vents, and your vents are actually running from here, and we're able to seal that properly. And like I said, you will see a difference going forward with that. Just take you guys through it quickly. The suspension is here. We're busy with the side shafts. I just need to electroplate the CVs properly. I have done them, but they didn't come out well. It is new discs, don't worry about the rear discs. It's because of my plating side. I have picked up a little bit of corrosion, of which I will get seen to and just get the correct Allen key put in here. The diff taken apart. We haven't taken it apart completely, but we're gonna trace it up properly. The diff was in good nick, so we're not gonna strip it up unnecessarily. The control arms, you can see the bolts all done. The Bolstein kit is on there. We've got the front discs ready for it. So the suspension should get complete, I think, in this coming week, and then that'll get ready for the jig, and we can start assembling engine and that, and I'll do another video on that. Just excuse the shop, the steering rack is done as well. And yeah, so we're gonna get to the boot area. The headlights are stripped up, the brackets are all done, they powder coated. I'll do another video on that, and then we'll move over to the boot area. The boot is hanging. There is a clip holding the bracket here that is out, so I just need to source that. Once that is done, we'll get the boot lifted up correctly, lined up correctly, and then we'll start moving over to the hinges and the sensors, get the cable run properly, or it is run in here. There's another 2 clips missing on this side here, and then obviously we just need to get the paint cleaned up here and touched up, so we'll do that before we close up. And then we will pull the aerial out, go through that area, clean that area up. I do see that there is a cover in here. This is the battery cover, that's correct, but we'll clean the battery tray up, pull this guy out, get the correct clips in place. This guy is cracked here. Change the boot rubber, get that on. I would like to, the taillights are actually good, so whoever builds a chrome bumper knows that taillights are a problem. So we'll take the taillights off, have them polished up nicely, have them cleaned up nicely, see how we can restore the rear covers, which is always a problem. And it looks nice on this side here, but you'll see that when you take it apart, the terminals are always rusted. So we'll get that seen too. The bumper was also hanging. We managed to get that correct. We have picked up some imperfections that we have to do with regards to body wise, and you'll actually see it here on the line. So we'll need to come back and see to that, but we'll do that on final alignment. As for that, the body is actually a quite nice body, but like I told you, I'll do a proper video later on with the body. I've just got it standing in a crappy place, and I don't actually want to do a proper video with it now. So with regards to the door locks, the mechanisms, the central locking pumps and so on like that, you can see they all in this container here, right? They're basically in for cleaning. So what we're going to do is, here's the central locking pumps. They have been tested. I think they have been tested and they put in here. So what we're going to do is clean them up. I'll have to strip them up, clean the pin on the inside. We will electroplate that, put it back together. It is working, and it'll go into its respective form. I would like to change these handles, so I'm not going to do anything on here. We are going to replace them, and these guys will have to get just, this is your exterior handle, that'll have to get sand down properly and have a nice coat of clear at the back. Your door barrel locks look good. This coupling normally likes to break off here, and this one is fine. Then, so this is one door, this is another door here. There's something missing here. Something is missing here. I need to check up on this. Okay, so these guys are giving me a bit of a hard time. What I'm going to do is, I've cleaned up one already, and I'll show you. I think I got it soaking over the weekend because I'm trying to get rid of the overspray here. So again, you don't see these guys, but our goal is, and I've done it before on the other cars, so we're gonna strip them apart, have them electroplated back to the nice goldish color that you see here, and put on. Same thing with the locking mechanisms. Then this is your door locks now, right? All in pieces here and all electroplated. So these are runners on your door locks, and this has been plated, and we actually got a nice gold shiny plate of color. So I've put it back into the container here. I'm just gonna grab this one by hand quickly, and this is the look that we got going with it, right? So that's gonna look basically new. This here, I don't know if you guys recognize one of these guys here, but this here runs basically from your door to your body, right? And this is your lock, so your door doesn't swing open fully, but these are done here. The clips for them are also done, which are, I just want to show you one quickly. Let me see here. These are bolts and nuts. While I'm looking for the clips, these are bolts and nuts that you guys are never gonna see on the car besides for on my video, right? And these are the colors that we managed to get there. So the owner of the car told me during the day, okay, here's the other locks here, the other mechanisms. We got them into a nice goldish greenish color. I just want to see where these clips are, man. These are the runners. The runners come out very nice. This is actually going to look a bit cool, because I think one of these guys you'll be able to see when you open the doors. Then you got, where is this clip? So it gets very tricky, right, when you're doing nuts and bolts, because you're doing so many at a time that, and these guys are so small, you will tend to lose one or two, and then it takes you a while back. So that can be in one of these packets here. It's highly possible. So here's another package here full of bolts and nuts. We try to vacuum seal it, keep the moisture away from it, because I do have a lot of moisture from it. Here's more locking mechanisms all stripped up, and from Monday's waste, this is what I got electroplated here. Here's your central locking clips here for the pumps and so on like that. All these guys got to get cleaned up nicely, and all these clips here get cleaned up, re-cleaned up and put back. And the reason why we want to clean these guys up and not buy new ones is because the ones from BM are actually coming out green. So we're trying to salvage as much as possible as we can the gray ones. So that is in there, right? Oh, here's my mic. I was looking everywhere for my mic. So just bear with me. The shop is a mess. It's chaos here. It's a mess. And you'll see you guys know my flyers. Here's your other door locking mechanisms. Right? I'm just gonna put this here quickly. So the water is dirty. They'll get changed over. Right. So I'm still gonna electroplate these guys here. But I've had to go through extensive cleaning because there was a whole lot of overspray over everywhere, and you'll still see here at the back here, there's still overspray, and at the back here. So we're busy cleaning and cleaning and cleaning. And again, like I'm saying to you guys, even though you're not gonna see it, but we know it's not done properly. This is how we got this guy nice and white. So I will do a full video of it when everything is assembled, because obviously you guys will look forward to that. This is that mechanism I was talking to you about, and I'm battling with this stupid idiot here just with the overspray. So I'll have to come with a mini wire brush and try and get that. So I'm just gonna get this soaking over the weekend. Right, so that's done there. I just want to walk back to the car quickly. Let me take this mic. I've been looking everywhere for my mics. Again, I'm gonna do. There's a good couple of cars that I need to do some videos of. I've got to do of the 535, the white E28 M5. I'm hoping to drive this car by next week. The 333, we still started on that 333 now. The shuttle line is there. The brown car is almost done. But again, the shop is chaos. Here's a whole lot of nuts and bolts here as well. Oh, here's those clips here. Here they are. Here they are. So these are your locking clips that normally go into your door side. Yeah. Let me just take it out of the packet quickly for you so I can show you. So we left these guys silver and not gold, right? These guys here. Because they clip into here. So it's things like that. So that rod I showed you just now runs from here into the door. And you'll see that in a nice goldish color. So yes, it's not a heavy gold color, but you'll see that it's freshened up. It's done, and it's done properly. We're not touching certain areas and not touching other areas. We're going through the whole nitty-gritty through it. So with regards to the headlights, you'll see the headlights all laying in the booth here. All in the booth here, right? And here's all the clips that we still got to go through and get cleaned up and so on like that. I'm busy with the diff. Here's the coupling here for the diff, and here's the inner side shaft cups. That's got to get electroplated. So if I take one out for you quickly on the holder chair, like this here. So I'm going to try something different with regards to this here, right? I'm going to electroplate it first. Once it's done electroplating, it means that those guys will be silver. Your bearing cup sits on here, or the seal guard sits on here, and that is gold. So you got silver, you got gold here, and then we're gonna make this guy black, because remember your bolts and nuts, or your bolts come through here, and that's gonna be gold. So I'm gonna try and play with a breakup color nicely on that, just to give us some contrast on it. Anyway guys, look, this is just a quick update. It's nothing long and fancy. I'm still gonna get to this car properly. There's a lot of work been done on it, and I just haven't been able to get the content out for it, like stupid things like these here, like your knuckles. That's all done already with the proper coupling in there. Obviously the rivets have been taken out, so we've gotten the correct bolts and nuts to use in there, obviously with Loctite. This is the cup I was showing you now. So I've actually done these ones here, right, for the diff, but I want to change it up, because you can see this is still cleaned up only with the powder coat black here. So I'm saying that let's electroplate this whole guy, get this guy nice and silver again, get your bearing seal cover over here gold, and then this guy black, and then you're going to have your black bolts into here again. I think the contrast on that will be very good, and that's going to be basically sitting in your diff like this here, right? Just let me go this guy in, and give it a tap. So I got the camera on the one end, right? So basically that's your color contrast that you'll have on there. I think it's going to look good, and we'll just be able to play around with the colors. It's not much that you're going to see on the car, but you know what, when you're building these cars, we want to try and have as much pride as we can in them. I'm going to try and get these stickers made up here, and there's another sticker here. Get these guys made up. And yeah, there's a lot of work that we're busy with, and I'm just battling with video content. So we're busy now with a few of the other cars. The Zender car is coming back. That's with the S54 motor. There's more content on there. We're busy with wiring. We've got another E30 there with the S54. I've still got to do that. We've got a wiring car that's coming here. We're busy now with the motor back into the E36. That's a whole storyline behind that as well. We've got to do basically let me just walk roughly to each other. So basically we've got to put motor in, roughly line everything up, because the car is skew. Bottom line is there quickly, send the car to people that we think we can trust. They make the car, they so-called measure the car, and when we came back to start putting the motor in, we found out that the motor doesn't line up, or the cross member doesn't line up, because the car was not in an accident before and the chassis leg is a little bit moved. So we've got to put motor in, put headlights in, put everything in, send the car in for straightening, then come back, strip everything back out again, repair where we see it damaged, and then start from there and build. So yes, it's a lot of work, but then we know it's done properly. The same thing on the Silver IS that was skew. But again, this is why we're here, right? We're not going to get cars that's nice to, or decent, fairly decent cars just to restore. We're going to find, I don't like to say it, but we're going to find rough diamonds out there that we need to shape up properly. And that's where the challenges come in. That's why it takes so long to do these things. But again, that's why we're here. Anyway guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think this video was long overdue. The owner of the car, he knows who he is. He's been very patient, but our goal is to try and finish it up by end of February, because a lot of the stuff is done on the car, and we're trying to prepare properly so we get it done for then. So let's see if we can hit the target end of February, or I would say end of February, early March. Let's see if we can hit the target. And yeah guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, share. You guys know what to do, and let me know what you guys think. Cheers.